Welcome back to AM Northwest. Do you know your attachment style? Our next guest says it could explain a lot of behaviors when you're out in the dating world. Here to share some helpful tips, we welcome back relationship and dating expert Kelly Marie. Great to see you.
Hey, nice to see you.
Explain what you mean by attachment style.
Yeah, so I'm going to make it really simple. There, you can get more complex, but basically there's a secure attachment style where you just feel good about yourself. You're not second guessing relationships. But then there's anxious and avoidant that are opposite ends of the spectrum. And anxious, just what it means, like if somebody doesn't call you, you're going to start spinning like they don't like me, did something go wrong. Avoidant is someone that like, oh, maybe I shouldn't call them, and they just want a little bit more distance.
I guess I kind of wanted to get more about attachment. When you say it's about your relationship to whoever you're dating or whoever you're like husband-wife kind of situation.
Great question. Yeah, so attachment style is something that kind of gets created when we're born, but it carries throughout our lives. So if you have an anxious attachment style and I have an anxious attachment style and we're friends, it's going to affect the way that we relate to each other.
Gotcha.
So when there's an attachment style in dating, it means that you're going to show up a certain way and you're going to think it's your personality, but really it's your attachment style and how you've learned to connect with people throughout your life. And that's all that means.
Let's start with anxious and what that means when it comes to attachment style.
Yeah, so anxious in your attachment style means that if something goes wrong, you're going to be quick to blame yourself, quick to be unsure about how the other person feels about you, and maybe even quick to anger and quick to try and create some kind of connection, even if it's a negative connection, because feeling that connection is going to make you feel more calm, more like you're safe and secure, even though you're not really.
It makes me think of an example of someone who was brought up in a very dysfunctional household, and even if the connection is negative, they don't care as long as they get some connection.
You nailed it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
So if you're dating someone who has that anxious attachment style, what do you suggest?
Yeah, so if you're a secure person, you're dating someone with that anxious attachment style, just letting them know, hey, I'm going to be offline for a little bit. I'll call you this evening. Or when they do a spin, if you get a text that's a little bit spinny, like, hey, you didn't call me. Are we still okay?
Yeah.
You just want to be grounded and like, hey, did I give you any reason to think we weren't okay?
Right.
If I care about you. Just being not ever judgmental, but just being grounded, but also recognizing that if they're spinning too much, is this the amount of care and attention you want to be giving to a relationship?
Right. Okay, now let's go to, let's do avoidant style.
Sure. Avoidant is the toughest. Avoidant has the least amount of flexibility. Avoidants are people that just never felt attuned to, they never felt emotional connection. Even though they might have had what they describe as a really great childhood, they just didn't have those emotional connections. So whenever an emotional connection gets formed, if anything happens, they don't address it, they don't say, hey, what's going on? They just tend to distance themselves and then leave the other person guessing. And as you can probably guess, an attachment style or attachment between a relationship between an anxious and an avoidant is going to be really volatile.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work, but it's the most common attachment because avoidance will run away from a secure, they'll run away from other avoidance, but who's going to chase and pursue? It's going to be the anxious.
Right. Okay. And then, so let's say you're the avoidant. What do you suggest? You have to recognize it in yourself, right?
Beautiful. You're doing, like, you're on it today.
I need to be a psychologist.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, I need to be a dating expert like you. Let's work together.
Let's do it together. Yes, I love it. No, you're absolutely right. If you've got to be aware of it. It's really, avoidants tend to avoid not only feeling their emotions, but even thinking about their emotions. So you just have to be open to the fact that you're going to be having emotions that you're uncomfortable with, and you have to be able to sit with it. And when you sit with it, you've got to then get yourself to the point, let me ask a question about this instead of running away, instead of not texting for a couple days because I'm uncomfortable. You need to practice humble curiosity and say, hey, you're texting me a lot. What's going on? And when you get a barrage of emotion, you need to learn some skills for just having an umbrella to let it drip off and be able to just connect with that other human being.
Okay, so the secure attachment style is really what you're looking for from others and from yourself.
Yeah, they used to believe that if you were anxious or avoidant, that was it, you couldn't be changed. But I called BS long ago, and the research is bearing it out. You can change that style. Being in a relationship with someone who's secure tends to bring you more towards that center of secure. Now, you don't have to be secure or be with a secure to be happy in a relationship. But you have to be conscious about what's going on so you're not triggered and causing fights or causing distances that eventually will erode your relationship.
Okay, so what is the worst pairing ever? Did you say anxious and
Anxious and avoidant.
Okay.
They will trigger each other when the anxious wants connection at all costs, and the avoidant is avoiding because they feel unsafe. So that desire for a connection is triggering them when they feel they're most unsafe, and it just spirals and spirals until eventually they break up.
You probably experience this a lot with your clients. Do you have a story that relates to that?
Yeah, I have. The most frequent thing that happens with clients is they'll want to text when they haven't heard from someone after a period of time that makes them feel anxious. And I'm always like, no, we're doing this for information. Number one, what is the pacing of the other person, and can you tolerate it? Is this a good match for you? And two, this is coming from, you don't want them to think you're a bad person because they're like, well, what if something happened to them? That's what I hear always.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a cover up for, I'm afraid they'll think I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And I want to know why. Like, I'd rather know why and be rejected than be sitting in this ambiguous place where I don't know whether or not they like me.
Right. Wow, that's incredible. All right, all good information. Thank you
you.
so much, Kelly Marie.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
it.